Oh, here's David. He was really nice yesterday. This isn't an NBA, but it is sports. It's the only video I have out right now. It's way too long for the live stream, but checking it out. Okay. All right, cool.
RBI situation.
Okay, so right off the rip, it's an hour long. Every home run, Anthony Rizzo, Javi Baez, and Chris Bryant hit as the Chicago Cubs in order. David, I'm going to check that out privately. I like that, actually. I'm going to check that one out privately. Are we doing music? Okay, let's be respectful to the... Who's the first video? Jahi Business. Which one do we want?
Today, we are going to be talking about why Russell Westbrook deserves no hate.
So, off to a wild start here, Jahi. No hate. I'm sure you explain it. I'm sure you do a great... Volume's good. Okay, cool. Coming out with a scorcher. 30 seconds in, he deserves no hate. Let's see where he goes with it.
I'm going to be covering all the positive about Russell Westbrook and what he will be able to bring to the Lakers. We're obviously going to go over both sides somewhat because I don't want to sound biased. But as a fan, I am a little biased.
Right.
I'm not even going to lie getting into this video.
We all are.
I don't know how I talk about Russell. Greatest point guard of all time. Second greatest point guard of all time. But yeah, let's get into this video. That's
second
troll,
greatest
by the way.
what?
Not to take that comment serious.
Okay.
He's not the second.
Okay, he got me.
All right.
He called me out. He predicted that I was gonna have some shit to say about it. I like this guy.
Man, it was their first time in a very young team. First time, and it was they're very skilled. I'm not gonna say they were lucky, but they were lucky to have even gotten that far and had the chance to play LeBron James. Because honestly, if it was anybody else, I think they would have won because they went through the West. They ran through the West. So if they could do that, you just run into one of the best players, second best, almost first best player ever. It's hard to just win when you got.
Yeah, here's the thing. My take right now would be I don't know if we need to defend the Heat thing. I don't know if anybody uses that as a knock on Russ. Does anybody? I think if anybody looks at like Russell Westbrook or Kevin Durant, or if James Harden for that matter, I don't know if anybody ever is like, oh, but what about the time when they lost to Miami? Like I think because of what he's saying about, you know, they were so young. At that point, Miami they had just lost to Dallas the year before, like they weren't going to lose. So, yeah, I don't think you need to be on the defensive as much as you are here. I get what you're saying, though.
Still to this thing in the regular season, which he always does. He's consistent. I think he puts his effort into everything he does. Russell Westbrook played good. He got there. So they played the Rockets first round, and you guys know James Harden was an animal. James Harden was really flourishing. He actually was the assist leader that year, I think. So before y'all like to talk about James Harden like he ain't been passing the ball, but him on the Rockets, he had Patrick Beverly, Trevor Ariza, Nene, stuff like that.
Yeah, Dwight Howard too that year, right?
No, Dwight Howard was not on the team. Yeah, that was Clint Capella.
Wait, no. It happened again. Dwight Howard was on that team, right? Wow. Okay. So he wasn't there the first year. I was wrong. I'll put a hand up. GG's. I was wrong. That's okay.
Playing LeBron James, and he lost every year. Now he's got another great player next to him, and he almost wins MVP again. He did it before, but now he was even close. He was number 3. He was number 1, I think. He injured his shoulder. They go down. He slows down. His scoring.
I'm sure you're going to mention it because at this point we're like super in sync with things that are being mentioned and me bringing them up at the exact moment that you bring them up. If you don't mention in this video, maybe I accidentally already skipped past it, the craziest injury I think that has ever happened in basketball was when Russ had the dent in the side of his head. Russell Westbrook dent in head. Look at that. What the fuck? What really matters to me here is the nuance behind how you talk about him in Washington and LA. That's what matters to me. So we're going to skip ahead to that.
No matter what, but I want him to like work on his adjustment in game or throughout a series so he can get over the defense.
Here's the thing is the adjustments that we're talking about today, where like, you know, in 2015, I'll throw out a random year. In 2015, the adjustments that we're talking about with Russ are like, hey, maybe on those like drives, maybe throw a kick out, right? Andre Roberson sitting in the corner, something like that. Cephalosha sitting in the corner. We talked about him earlier. Throw a lob to like, I don't know, Steven Adams or something, right? Like just be a little bit more. And in the year of our Lord 2022, the adjustments that we're talking about with Russell Westbrook are like, stop touching the ball, stop throwing it off the side of the backboard.
Rockets beat the Nets, sweep them in the regular season. I want to see that, man. I know they.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was this like before?
This is Lumen, the first device.
Okay, so for context, this was a year ago. I'm sorry. Okay, that actually helps a lot. Because I was like, if you're still firing off some of these takes, given what we've known. So that's actually really important context. I wish I would have known that. We're going to cut it there. We only got about a minute left because I think I kind of get the gist of what you're going for here. Here's what my take would be. Here's why I like this guy. Is because I know he believes everything that he's saying. And that's important to me.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy J-Ron, man. And today, we got ourselves an NBA video. I haven't had an NBA video in a while.
That's
man.
not Şengün, guys. There's no way.
I'm not gonna lie. I haven't been, I've been keeping in touch, but I haven't.
It's not Josh Christopher. There's no way.
I know
that doesn't look like Jalen either. The hair's not big enough.
Can't wait till the playoffs, man. Once the playoffs come, we're gonna be talking. I'm also gonna go through an overview of the regular season and sort of how bad my thoughts and predictions was.
It's not Josh Christopher.
The thumbnail I created.
I'm so excited for this. Who's it gonna be? The reveal is.
That's tough. I'm still working on the thumbnails though. This one's still kind of juicy, man.
Does he look like Josh Giddey to you guys?
But for the reveal, it's Josh Christopher, the man himself.
It's not Josh Christopher. That's not Josh Christopher. That's not Josh Christopher. Show me the original photo. That's not him. First of all, let me just say you're right. Josh Christopher is awesome. He's a Motown Noah All-Star. He was last year. I'm not gonna gaslight you about a thumbnail because hey, if it is, it is. But
I wasn't talking. I mean, I get it's kind of a weird fit for Josh Christopher. I'm just gonna play this as I talk. It's kind of a weird fit for Josh Christopher because he's a guy who doesn't really shoot the ball great, and he's in a rotation where he has to play with 2 sessions.
It's just I love that we're gassing up. I love that we're gassing up Josh Christopher, but it accidentally turned into an Anthony Edwards highlight reel. We're gassing up Josh Christopher, and we watch them fuck up a dribble handoff and just give it away.
There it is, a contested 3 from Josh Christopher. And like I said, Josh Christopher isn't really known for being a great shooter. But, I mean, you go back to his college.
He can get to the rack, though. Put the ball on the floor.
He improved his three-point percentage.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to convince me, dude. Josh Christopher is great. I like this. I like this little setup you got going on here. A couple months ago, too. Nice. All right, let's keep it moving. That was a good video, dude.
Everyone wants to talk about Anthony Edwards and Tyrese Maxey, but it's time to wake people up about Saddiq Bey, because he could very well have a breakout season in 2023. As he went from a role player his rookie season to the third option during his sophomore season. And once he's really adapted to his true role, the efficiency will only go up. But for now, we have this to show his offensive improvement.
Okay, I'm sure he's going to get into this here in just a second. I just want to say, this guy's fucking spitting for the most part. I will say there was the one comment, again, it's semantics, and I'm not going to, get nitpicky over that. He couldn't create his own shot in his first year. Like, he really couldn't. That was the one thing about Saddiq that we still don't really know is he an athlete? He doesn't really have the jumpiness. Last year, he did take a pretty sizable leap with that. I think I talked about it in a video recently where, he's putting the ball on the floor. He's putting his head down. He's getting to the basket. He's playing with his back to the basket a little bit. But we still don't have like that 1-2 hezzy, whatever, the Jimbo fuck, you know what I mean? Like we still don't have that out of Saddiq. So, a lot of it is, Cade playing setup man for him. I think this year it's going to be interesting to see how the dynamic changes. Like if you asked me, I think Saddiq is number 2. I don't think Ivy is 2. I think Ivy's 3. Because that's how deadly of a scorer I think Saddiq is. And it remains to be seen with Ivy. We still don't totally know how he's going to play. If the summer league was indicative of anything, I would say that Detroit is going to feel more inclined and maybe even a little bit more pressured to put Jaden as like the second in the food chain and in the hierarchy. But if I had the choice, I would do Saddiq.
But 2022 was a completely different story. Bey became a lot more comfortable creating his own shot, and that was clear based on his isolation improvement, as he put up 1 point.
Once again, I say, hey, this person's probably going to mention this thing, but I have to undermine it to make sure that they know that I know this thing too. Sorry. He said it. He's right.
3 points per game on a 43.6 effective field goal percentage during his sophomore season. I honestly think Saddiq was somewhat miscast defensively at times, as you could find it matched up with guards when he should be guarding bigger wings. He'd get beat by quicker guards on the perimeter, but when he guarded bigger wings in the mid-post, he was a lot more effective due to the fact—
I love this guy. This guy is fucking awesome. This guy's great.
The winds have shifted.
I don't watch I'm not commenting as Motown knows, so you guys won't care. This is great, dude. This guy yanking my thumbnails? What's going on here?
In the NBA, there's a lot of news. I mean, there's 30 teams with about 15 players on every team. That's a lot of people and a lot of news to account for all those people. If you need an example of that, look no further than the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander trade rumors. SGA and the Thunder in general may be the most falsely narrated franchise and player in the entire league. All while Sam Presti was being extremely transparent with the Thunder franchise and the media around them, saying that we're not going to rush this process at all. He's going to do something to get us to win a championship. Sam Presti doesn't want play-in appearances, he wants rings. And he knows that it's going to be a process to get there, and he's not going to rush. And Shai knows that it's going to be a process. He knows that winning is not going
Here's the thing. I don't think you as a Thunder fan, I don't think any Thunder fan can sit there and confidently say that anybody on their team is safe. Because we've seen, like, Sam Presti's a crackhead with draft picks. Okay? Do you know how many fucking first rounders Shai might be able to get you? You know how many seconds he might be able to get you? I wouldn't call it too homerish. I would say this is a guy who just loves his team and loves his players. And so you're going to go to, bat for them when the world is like, oh, this guy's going to get fucking traded and he's one of your favorite players. Like, I get what that feeling is like. I totally get what that feeling is like. But I think it's too well documented with Sam Presti that his loyalty to players, at the end of the day, it is a business. So that's not to, and that's not to say he is going to get traded. If I had to put money on it going one way or another, I would say he's not going anywhere. I would say that Shai is their guy.
Okay, that's not only the smile of my franchise player, that's also the smile of a man that loves the situation he's currently.
See, and that sentence right there is the root of all of this. That's his guy. That's his guy. That's his favorite player, and that's fine.
Anyways.
Oops. Did not mean to do that. I guess we get the sentiment of what it is. It's a good video. Here, let me just so we're all.
A lot of news. I mean, there's 30 teams with about 50.
The guy's name is Max Gilgeous, for God's sake. Ooh, these are really good thumbnails. So we're not going to watch the Ime video. You know what? I'm sure there's a dumpster take in here, respectfully.
When I said I wanted the NBA back.
And I only say that because, well, let's see when this was uploaded.
Gay and straight relationship.
We'll play this. Don't worry. You'll get your ad revenue. 4 days ago. How much information has come out in the last 4 days? A decent bit. So I'm curious to see.
This is how this affects the Boston Celtics this season. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, the entire team. We got to talk about Ime Udoka.
Is that the instrumental? I can't tell.
And of course, the biggest thing in the room. This man cheated on Nia Long. Pack him up immediately, expeditiously.
This is a sick Negro.
But seriously, people don't understand that this is a serious matter, of course. At the end of the day, holding the head coach position is a position of power in the Boston Celtics franchise, and there's some things that you just don't do. There are policies that you just don't break. Having a consensual relationship or intimate relationship of any matter isn't okay in a workplace if the company does not deem that fit. They added in Malcolm Brogdon. They kept back everybody on their team that made it to the finals last year. This team is still set and have the talent to do so, but losing the brains behind the team that brought out the most of them, raising their ceiling, Ime Udoka, is just not a good look. It's just not a good look. I know people are going to talk about the woman trying to figure out who she is, who the person is. It's not my business.
Thank you for saying that, because it's not. Hold on. Let me finish. Let's see what you're actually going to say.
Let's talk about the woman trying to figure out who she is, who the person is. It's not my business. I'm not finna go into that. That's like
this right here. Okay, facts. Subbed. This is the take. Okay, I'm glad we watched this video. I'm glad you're not just coming out here. This isn't some shithead take. Yeah, you're right. Which one do we want? 530, 881. We're going to go with this one.
All right, y'all. Apologies for the delay. I am back with part 2 of my NBA preseason rankings.
Fuck yeah.
This is more based on how good I think these teams will actually be rather than their regular season seed placement. At 4th, I have the Los Angeles Clippers. Color, me biased, but the combination of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, I don't think, when healthy, there's a better duo in the NBA than those two.
Why are they 4th then?
I think that's probably the most skilled duo in the NBA. And then lastly, I got the Timberwolves as the 3rd best team in the...
Okay. I was waiting for the hot take. I was waiting for it, and there it is. It's a little too hot for me, the take. Good presentation, though. Good stuff, dude. Otherwise, I agree with a lot of the things you said. That's wild, though. But that was the point of it, right? You wanted to give hot takes, you gave one. Another tier list? Okay, I'll jump that in a second. Type the alphabet. You guys think I can't fucking spell or something? What's going on here? Okay. That's not bad, right? For reference, I made this a year ago. Big fan, by the way. Valentine. Okay.
Before I even start, let's get this out of the way. Terry Rozier is going to be number 1. Hey, by the way. Before I even start, let's get this out of the way. Terry Rozier is going to be number 1. Hey, by the way.
I'm sure he has
Welcome
a
to my
great
channel.
reason for it.
I thought when they were going against the Knicks, I thought they had a great chance. I was like, well, this is going to be a great, gritty battle. But no, Trae Young just went past the Knicks. He became the villain, which was amazing. I'm a Knicks fan, so I kind of hated it. But
The fuck? You're a Knicks fan? Why the fuck do you care so much about Terry Rozier? Why? Yeah, let's go ahead.
It's so hard to explain for me why I have Dame over Luka. They're both great players. Luka's team was a little higher, but Damian Lillard right now is just in the prime of his career, and I think he deserves the number 2 spot. And of course, that leaves the number 1 spot to Alex Caruso. The video's over, guys.
What?
Was a little higher, but Damian Lillard right now is just in the prime of his career, and I think he deserves the number 2 spot. And of course, that leaves the number 1 spot to Alex Caruso. The video's over, guys. Thanks for watching. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, number 1, Stephen Curry. Amazing. He led the league in scoring.
Oh, so he was goofing on us then. Okay, we got jebaited. We got jebaited. Twice. It's not actually Terry Rozier. And it's not actually... Wow.
think it was either him or Bradley Beal. I can't remember, but he scored 32 points per game.
Just for that, everyone go to this video right now and give it a thumbs up. Because he debated all of us.